Imagine how much technology has changed in the last 50 years. Now think about the camera specifically. How has that technology changed in the last 50 years? And then over the history of its existence. Well, believe it or not, the Sierra Vista Camera Club will be celebrating their 50th anniversary right here inside the Sierra Vista Police Department this Thursday, November 21st, inside one of their meeting rooms. And that is why we are checking in here today with them on this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. It is an absolute pleasure to check in with some folks to talk about the history of the camera, but more importantly, the history of the Camera Club. Go ahead and introduce yourself, please, and let us know what role you play in the SVCC.
I'm Ava England, and I was the chairperson of the committee to put on our 50th anniversary celebration.
Nice to see you. And of course,
and I'm Sheila Foraker. I've also been on the committee to help organize this 50th anniversary celebration.
So Ava and Sheila, this is an event 50 years in the making. What does it mean that to have the Sierra Vista Camera Club to be around for this length of time?
Well, I think it just says a lot to the art itself, and also to the gentleman who founded founded the club, George Braxton. It was his passion of photography that instigated them to start this club. And it's just a good bunch of people. We do fun stuff, all levels, so you can come and learn, you can come and just sit back and enjoy. I don't know what else.
Well, and Sheila, my second question, kind of following up on that, is how ironic is it, we were talking before we went live here, that the actual 50th anniversary will take place on this date, on the 21st.
Absolutely. When George decided he wanted to start a camera club, he was a camera enthusiast, a photographer in his own right, and on November the 21st, 1974, I don't know if that was the date the paperwork was actually finalized or whatever, but George founded our camera club. And I mean, I started with film, as George did, and yeah, the technology has truly been remarkable over time. And what we do as a camera club, like Ava said, we go out and we'll go on little field trips, and we'll do, like one of our most recent ones, we went out for 30 minutes, right out here on this campus, and whatever caught your eye for 30 minutes, it was a 30-minute challenge. And then we brought those JPEG pictures back, and we showed them to everybody, and kind of talked about a little bit about what you had, what captured your attention and what made that photograph. And that's been what we've been doing as photographers, and people just capturing a moment. It's a capture of time. It's a moment captured on a medium where everything that was seen at that moment, there it is, frozen in time. And that's the magic.
There's something beautiful about the photograph and how it is artwork all in itself.
And a story.
Of an amazing story. And let's talk about the story. We've talked about the story of the Camera Club, how it got started by George 50 years ago. Let's talk about the camera itself. You were spouting off some stuff here for us, Sheila, about literally, when Todd asked you before we went live, so when did the camera actually become a thing? I'm thinking Civil War era, Abraham Lincoln. I'm remembering, not because I was there, but I'm thinking of those photos that you see in history books and online, but it goes back much further than that.
Oh, absolutely. And yes, we're all time travelers, aren't we? Yeah, the concept of capturing something from light and putting it somewhere where you can retrieve it later actually goes back to 1700s. And the first that I'm really aware of, where because it became somewhat practical, it's called the camera obscura, and it just means a black box, a dark box. And someone figured out that if a tiny little hole was projected against a dark area, even a room, because typically it was a room, then you could get an image of what was outside and upside down. But a lot of the Renaissance painters and sketchers used that to get the accurate buildings and trees that we see in that time period of paintings and drawings. And from there, somebody figured out a way to capture this in a more permanent manner that wasn't dictated by the sun going over the cloud or the sun moving, all the things that would happen in camera obscura. So I figured out wet plate, they figured out dry plate. Eastman Kodak, actually, well, many of us have heard of him.
Kodak, yes, I recognize that name.
Absolutely, Kodak. He purchased a bunch of wet plate stuff to go out and do some photography. And he went, this is for the birds. I'm going to need a little donkey or something to carry all this stuff because it's so heavy. And he figured out how to take that wet plate chemical material and transfer that onto a plastic medium filament that we would call film today.
It's an amazing story, the history of the camera and how it has literally evolved into what Todd is holding right now, into a phone. Ava, what was it that got you into photography?
I really don't know. It's been a major part of my retirement, and I never planned it that way. I was the photographer for the animal shelter for 3.5 years. And I think that just got me addicted and forever. I just love taking pictures of all the animals, all the newcomers. I would take pictures of all the newcomers. But it is like I'm not a real good artist, but it is definitely a form of art to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sheila, your history with photography, how you got started, and I've seen some of your work, and it's absolutely lovely.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I got my start with photography when my parents gave me a camera for my 10th birthday, actually. And I got this little plastic camera, and it wasn't a toy camera, not in the terms of Holga, which is a well-known toy camera. It was a little plastic camera that took, as I recall, would shoot 12 images on a roll in black and white. And the part that captured me, my first recollection of how this just was amazing, was I lived on a farm in southeast Iowa, and my favorite mare had given birth to a colt earlier that morning, and I got an opportunity to go out and see. We named him Pepper, and I saw Pepper about an hour after he was born, with those spindly little legs, trying to figure out how to get all four of them on the ground and his body on top of it, and I took a picture of that. And then when the film came back from developing, I looked at that, and I didn't have as a 10-year-old, I didn't have the words that I'm going to use right now, but what I had done, I had captured a story, and I could look at that photograph and relive that story. And that moment, that concept, was a little seed that got planted, and it's just grown from there. And it's about story, and that's what I try to do in all my photos. Is a story.
And the Sierra Vista Camera Club celebrates 50 years of its story this Thursday, November 21st, literally on the 50th anniversary of the club getting started. What can people expect this Thursday right here at the police station? Now, we know it is booked out, unfortunately. It's already all filled up. But what will the people who are attending, what can they expect?
Well, we're going to have refreshments. We've ordered sub sandwiches and some water and fruit plate and vegetable plate and all of that. Unfortunately, our guest of honor is not going to be here. He's had circumstances that have held him up. But we're still going to talk about him as the founder of the club. Mm-hmm. And then we have a special presentation, a brief history of the last 50 years, one photo from every year of the last 50 years. Wow. 4 of us have put that together. And then and then we're going to have a special presentation from one of our more experienced and polished photographers. He's going to give us a 20 to 30-minute program. I have no idea what it's on, but his programs are always awesome.
Well, it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun celebrating 50 years of the Sierra Vista Camera Club. And, for more information, Sheila, where can people go to learn more about the club or to actually attend something that is open to the public where there are seats available?
All right. Well, we have a meeting every third Thursday of the month at 4 o'clock right here at the Sierra Vista police station, and that is open to the public. We have a website, Sierra Vista Camera. If you just Google Sierra Vista Camera Club, you'll find us. SVCameraClub.com, I think that's correct.
Yeah.
SVCameraClub.com. Yeah. And we welcome everyone, whether you're taking photographs with a cell phone, if you're shooting film, if you're whatever type of medium that you're using to shoot pictures, we'd love to have you come and join us.
It's a story that's lasted 50 years, and you can be a part of the next 50 years by hanging out and joining these amazing people at the Sierra Vista Camera Club. Again, congratulations on the 50th anniversary of the Sierra Vista Camera Club right here in our hometown. It's so neat to know that there are clubs that have been around that long and making an impact in our community. And you can let us know in the live chat or in the chat section, when did you first pick up a camera? Are you interested in photography? What are the first things that you did with a camera when you were a young person, or maybe you came across a camera later on in life? Let us know what those things are that interest you about the film, the camera, or the digital revolution that has overtaken everything here. Well, thank you guys again for letting us check in with you today, and thank you so much for watching this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. An event 50 years in the making, the Sierra Vista Camera Club celebrating their 50th anniversary this Thursday, November 21st, right inside one of the conference rooms here at the Sierra Vista Police Department. But that is all booked up, but you can learn more at Sierra Vista Camera Club when you Google that on the Google machine, and you can attend one of their next meetings and join this club of amazing, incredible people who just love the art of photography. If you do as well, make sure you join them. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll check in with you again later on.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're awesome.